Hello and welcome to Zoe Photography. Today I'm just going to give you a quick video and an overview of the gear I'm using so far. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I basically do photography videos, unboxings, reviews, tips on how to improve photos, and you can see a quick trailer here. But what I'll do today is I'm going to show you the gear I actually use. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you get notifications. You can participate in the conversations on these live streams so I can answer any live questions. So right now, we're going to go straight to it. I'll take you to the wide view, which you've got set up over here, and you can briefly see some of the gear. What we'll do is I'll basically give you an overview of the gear I've got, maybe how long I've had it, why I use it, and I have made videos of individual items. So each camera lens has its own playlist. So what I'll do is I'll link that in the cards. If you find that one of the things I talk about you're interested in, you can actually just look for that video in the playlist and get more information on it. I'm hoping that helps you out because obviously you may not want to know about everything, but normally people ask me the question so I can divert them to this video where it basically tells you what I shoot with. So if I take you to this view now, I'll take you to the first camera. At the moment I'm using a Canon 5D Mark II. This 5D Mark II, if I give you a closer look of that, is a fairly old camera. Not a new camera by any means, and the second camera I'm going to mention is actually older than this camera. You'll notice I've got the 50mm 1.4 lens on this body. That lens body pretty much always stays together. So whenever I get the 5D out, I'm mostly taking photos with the 50mm 1.4. I find that because it's a prime lens and it's got a good weight to it, it's better than the 1.8. I have had the 1.8. There's nothing wrong with it as a starter lens, but when you're taking photos more professionally and you're going about, I like that feel of the balance with the 5D in the weight in particular. So that's the first camera and lens. I put that over out the way actually. My second body, which I can't show you because I'm doing a multi-camera live stream and it's actually used right now. So this view you're seeing is my Canon 550D. It's one of my first cameras I bought. I actually bought a 500D before the 550D, and I moved to the 550D because I used the 500 and the 550D together. So I got rid of the 500, I kept the 550D, and on that is a 24 to 70 lens. So I'm actually using a 24 to 70 2.8 Canon L lens. That is a great versatile lens, an all-rounder. So that body always has that lens on. Right now I've got it plugged into my PC and I'm live streaming on that camera. So to show you the difference, if I put you back to this camera, this is an action camera at 1080p, and then if you see the difference to this, which is the 550D, you'd be able to see this nice background blur and there's a bit more detail in that shot. But anyway, that's body number two with lens number two. If I bring you back over to my lenses, I'll show you another lens that I had a necessity to buy. I didn't have to buy it, but the reason I bought it is I was doing product photography, and this is a lens that I actually bought for that purpose. So when you come to your journey, if you're taking photographs, buy the lens when you have a need for it. This is a metal mount lens. You can probably just about see there. Yeah, there's a metal mount lens, and it's not the L series lens. You don't have to have the L series lens. It's got IS, I think, the L series, but I use this on a tripod anyway. This is the lens I go to for portrait and product shots. So it's a Canon 100mm 2.8 lens. You'll notice there's a kind of theme running here. All my apertures are very low because the type of photos I do tend to be in low light. So I bring you the reason for that is my Canon 2040-70 is a 2.8. This is a 2.8. The 50mm is a 1.4, and my last lens, I had more lenses than this, but I got rid of them because I've kept just the ones that I use, which are like the necessity. This is a 70 to 200 2.8 lens, 2.8 throughout the range. I'll show you the correct view there. So this lens is for fashion catwalks, portraiture, a number of other things, but I use it for that purpose. And this gets great photos in low light. It's got IS. It's the first version. It's not the new version. And this is my workhorse of a lens. I've had it for about 9 or 10 years and doing fine. There's no reason to change it. I've kept it. That's my cameras and lenses. I've basically got 4 lenses: the 50mm 1.4, the 100mm 2.8, the 70 to 200, which is this one, and the 24 to 70. That's my full range covered. All these lenses have got individual videos with the full spec on, so you can actually click in that playlist and see that. So that's my cameras and lenses out of the way. I'll quickly cover the secondary thing, which is flash. I use this flash, which is a Yongnuo 2 speed light, and they work fine. They take AA batteries, rechargeable batteries. I use those, and again, these have separate videos. So flash and light is very important when you're taking photographs. So make sure to keep your budget in mind when you're buying lenses, and you need something behind for your lights. When I'm doing video work, I use a LED panel, and that LED panel is here. I have 2 of these, and they are adjustable Kelvin from 3200 to 5600, basically orange light versus blue light, and you can adjust how much power you want there. I use it with batteries and powered up. Right now in this shot, I have one here panel pointing straight down, just giving the lighting on here, and you should be able to see that there. So this is basically being lit up by one of these panels here. That gives you an idea of the lights and the video. There are a number of other things I use which come under accessories, so I won't really go into that. But for the purposes of this video, this is my basic gear. Theoretically, you could do with one camera and one lens. However, with the type of shoots I do, I have a wide and a telephoto body, both ready to use. So if you're interested in any more of my videos, make sure to check out the link in the description, where I'll give you a link to the next video. And also, the video on the right there is the playlist of my gear. The video on the left is what YouTube thinks you should be watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you get notifications, so we can have a chat next time live, and I can answer any of your questions. And follow me on social media. See you on this next video.